Click
Now
on
we are
go.
live. Good evening, our dear viewers. My name is Kende Sharon. Today, I'll be hosting with my fellow co-hosts, and we're talking about GrowVeg Challenge 2.0 from the onboarding to the award. So, my name is, as I said earlier before, my name is Kende Sharon. I'll be introducing my co-host with you. Please introduce yourself, ma.
My name is Amaka, and I'm very glad to be in this session with you tonight, Miss Sharon.
Yes, thank you for joining today. So today we have our dear CEO with us. So kindly introduce yourself to us.
All right. Thank you so much, Sharon. Good evening to you. Good evening to Amaka. Good evening to Mr. Tunde. And good evening to our audience who are watching us tonight. I'm Dr. Abidemi Talabi. I'm the convener of the GrowVeg Challenge. And I'm so much excited to be here tonight to talk to you guys about, the GrowVeg Challenge 2.0 from the onboarding to the award night. It has been a very, very amazing experience. And I'm so much happy. Thanks for having me tonight. Thank you.
Yes, sir. An amazing experience it has been. Today also we have our project lead with us. So can you introduce yourself to us, sir?
Good evening, Sharon. Good evening, Amaka. Good evening to our viewers at home and online. Thank you for having me. My name is Tunde Okunola, and I'm the project lead for GrowVeg Challenge. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for joining tonight. Thank you, our dear viewers also. So tonight, as I said earlier, we'll be discussing about GrowVeg 2.0 challenge from the onboarding to the award night. So today, I'll be asking Doctor some questions, and from my first questions, I'll be asking him that how would he describe the overall performance of participants in GrowVeg Challenge 2.0?
Thank you so much, Sharon, for that amazing question. So for me, I would say that the overall of the participants in Challenge 2.0 was, would I say, outstanding. And why would I call it outstanding? Just define it to understand where I'm coming. When you have this kind of initiative normally, if you have more than 50% of people actively participating in they are being taught or what they are learning and implementing them also in their own location, you should be happy. But in this particular challenge, we have almost about 70% participation. So out of 138 participants, we have about 65 to 70% of them who took the courses online, who actively used the knowledge in growing their own vegetables in their different locations. So for me, that is outstanding. That's how I came about standing performance of the participants. Thank you very much. It might not be conventional like other people will expect 90%, 95 before outstanding, but that's one definition. Thank you.
I'm so glad it was outstanding. So moving on to the next question, sir. I'll be asking that what specific goal the GrowVeg 2.0 set out to achieve and were they met?
Okay, thank you again. That was a very intelligent one. You? Oh, yes, we had a couple of goals that we wanted to achieve when we started this challenge. The first one was that we wanted people, everyday people to have access to the right knowledge to grow their own vegetable crops, irrespective of their age, irrespective of their look, irrespective of their profession. I just feel, we felt like if anybody wants to learn, about vegetable farming, they should be able to have access, to this knowledge, the right one. They, people grow crops and people grow crops also the right way. So for the fact that you can plant vegetables and you are harvesting from it does not mean you are growing it the right way. You probably observing the right agricultural practices, which are recommended, right? So we wanted people to have that at their disposal, affordably. That was the first goal. The second was that we have statistics that more than 90% of people who go for trainings and get certificates, more than 90% of them don't use the knowledge in their lifetime. Have the certificate, they just add it to their CV. They never practice. They never use the knowledge, right? So we needed to looking for a situation where people would get the right knowledge and also use the knowledge, implement the knowledge, in their organization. That was another goal that we had. Another thing also was that we were looking out for trying to bring together, will I call it a emerging set of agripreneurs, so to say. We knew that people needed the networking, you needed the interactions. You cannot grow in solitary, right? So when you're doing this kind of business, you need the right people with you doing similar things that you are doing, going in similar direction that you are going. This is the only way you can easily grow and move very fast in this business. So we needed to bring together, so we wanted to have a community of people who are actually trying to, contribute actively to food security, food self-sufficiency of their nation, and also to, food sovereignty. People should have the right to grow what they want to grow in their own location without, being subjected to, laws, so to say. So all of these were the goals that we had in mind. And honestly, I believe that this GrowVeg Challenge 2.0 exceeded, and met all these goals and even exceeded, went far and beyond. For example, we had a lot of participants from 8 countries who participated in the just concluded GrowVeg 2.0. So we had about 138 participants. When you look at people from the US joined, I was really surprised, right? I had people from Canada, Italy. We had people from Dominican Republic, Angola, Ghana. So for me, it's I don't know how to express it. I'm lost for words, right? Explain that people can beyond borders, irrespective of your geographical location. People are getting the right knowledge, right? And then they are also practicing what they have learned. So that means they're not just getting the knowledge and just putting it somewhere, using the knowledge to grow the sustainable and profitable way. So for me, this is a lot. Also on the platform, we have a lot of networking that have been going on, like I mentioned earlier, which was one of our objectives. We wanted to be the community of, growing agripreneurs. So people are interacting on the platform. In fact, a lot of times I have back. In fact, some of the instructors they just sit back and allow the participants to interact because we don't want to break the flow. They are solving problems for themselves. Somebody's posting picture, asking questions. So this is the kind of thing we are talking about. So we are really doing this. I am so much happy, and like I mentioned earlier, apart from irrespective of people's geographical location, also if you look at the profession of the people that made up the participants, they were from various professions. Doctors were part of them. I mean, medical doctors now. We have professors also. We have professors on the platform. So it was like a combination of a whole lot of people. We had a hold. Everybody was there, and we were able to, meet everybody's needs. So for me, we really we achieved the goals that we set out to. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Wow, that's a very nice one, very interesting. Now, over to you, Mr. Tunde. Can you walk us through the judging process? How were the reports assessed?
All right. Thank you, Amaka. Okay. I mean, it's a challenge. So definitely after a challenge, winners will emerge, right? So we asked the participants to submit their report, and each report was reviewed based on the scoring template we had. And what we did initially too was that when the training commenced, we shared the criteria template with the participants for them to be aware of how they will be judged, what we are expecting for those participating in the challenge. I mean, there are a lot of people who joined, but they are not interested in their award prize. They just want to learn. Well, we also have people who participated because they want to learn and they also want to win prizes. So we share that with them. So they are well aware of the criteria. So basically, we had 3 judges who unanimously agreed on the decision. So the metrics were simple. First of all, we look at how innovative they were in growing their crops. What are the innovative approach they employed? Also, we have to look at the eco-friendly approaches they employed. I mean, the sustainability approaches they employed. We had some participants that made use of eggshell. They extracted calcium from eggshell. Some make use of banana peel. A lot of sustainability approaches. So then thirdly, we also had to look at how well do they participate in meetings like the questions and answers sections, review sections. the challenges they face, how well did they address it, what are the solutions they prefer, were the solutions helpful, were they engaging in the community. One thing with GrowVeg Challenge is that aside the training, that aside the practical videos that is being uploaded on the learning website, we also make sure we have a community of like-minded people. I mean, these participants are in a community, a support group. So on a daily basis, they interact, they share their problems, the experts provide solutions. Even before the expert provides solutions, some of these participants also give suggestions, and the expert then now satisfy it. Okay, this is right, this is wrong, this is what you should do. So we look at their participation in the group, and also how well do they post their progress on social media. For instance, some of them were seeding, they had to do a video, a picture, they posted it on internet, and they tagged us. So we look at all these things. Also, we look at the quality of their yield. Okay, for somebody growing tomatoes, what was the quality of the tomatoes the person harvested? How is it looking? Is it looking well, healthy, big in terms of size and the likes? And we asked them to submit a final report which detail the challenges they faced and the solutions they prefer in that regard, and also the innovative and sustainability approaches they employed. So that report also carries mark, right? So we look at all these things, basically the 5 metrics: innovation, sustainability, active participation and media engagement, the quality of their produce, and also the final write-up. So basically, those are the metrics in which the participants were judged. Thank you.
Wow, that's a very great one. That's a very great one. Invariably, they were assisting each other to make sure that everybody was carried along, right? Wow, that's
Yes.
good. Now, I want to ask. I noticed that some participants had the same position. So I want to know, how did the panel handle the tie that occurred between some top participants, some top candidates? I want to know.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Amaka. Thank you for that observation. Yeah, we had a situation where two participants scored equally high. So the judges, when we aggregated the scores together, and we discovered that the two participants had the same score. So all we did was to reevaluate the report they submitted. We had to review their videos, pictures again. We had to verify their planting timelines. And if, in fact, we had to reevaluate the level of innovation and scalability, sustainability they demonstrated. It was tight, right? But then one thing that guided us through the process was that we know that we needed to be objective. We needed to be transparent in our assessment, right? And when we couldn't find a way around it, I mean, the initial agreement, the initial plan was to have top 3 participants, right? But we're having 2 participants that are having the same score. So there was no way we could do it. We reevaluated well. Then we said, okay, fine. Probably we should share the price between these 2 participants, right? And I think that was a good decision for us, because now we have 4 winners going home. In fact, not going home, they went home with cash prizes. And some of them are already even posting on social media what they got with the cash prize given to them. Some got a pump, a lot of things, a lot of things. So it was a decision we didn't regret. To have 4 winners, it was not a decision that we regretted. Thank you.
Wow, that is great. Now, Doctor, I want to know, were there participants who exceeded expectations even if they did not win?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much for that amazing Aka. So yes, I had a couple of participants that exceeded expectation. Like I said, out of about 138 participants from various or more than 8 countries there, you would expect that there should be some top participants. So apart from those that, for example, there was one lady, her name is not very easy to pronounce, but I can remember because she did very well. Baridapo Victory, right? For example, this lady was the third. If you look at it, like if we are ranking the ladies, she was like the third lady. She missed in that just by 2 marks, right? Example. There was another guy, Gabriel Michael. He also did fantastically well. He was very, very active on the platform, and he also was 10 participants. We had one guy also, this Bright. Bright produced a lot of bell peppers. The bell peppers were so fresh that I was like, wow, even the ones I'm producing there itself, I'm not sure they can compete with what Bright is, what Bright is producing. So these are some of the participants. This participant, Ogadima. Mimi Ogadima is also one of the top 10. She did very well. Then there's one woman. One woman is I call her mommy. It's one of the people I respect so much, Mrs. Williams Vivian. She's also one of the top 10 participants. So assuming we actually have top 10 participants, all of these people would have been given an award, but we don't have that. So a lot of participants did very well. There was also another guy from Play 2 growing tomatoes, Sheung Undala or something like that, right? So all of these people actually exceeded, expectation. They did exceptionally well. But in every competition, there's always a winner, and we are all winners anyway. So it's not like anybody is a loser, right? We just have to acknowledge the effort of some or others. That's all. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor. And another question: were there any innovative or unique farming practices shared by participants?
Thank you for that very wonderful question as well. Really, the participants just concluded they blew they how will I say it now? Uh they swept me off my feet. Let me tell you a couple of things. I think Mr. Tunde mentioned earlier also. The one of the participants, guy that came forward, he demonstrated how he was extracting calcium from eggshell, and he posted it online even to educate other people how to extract eggshell, from calcium, from how to extract calcium from eggshell, and also the dosing. Is one thing to know how to extract, is another thing to know dosing, right? He also demonstrated how to use, this inner polythene of fertilizer bags as plastic mulch. These are innovative. People never, when I saw it, I was like, wow, this guy is doing a lot. So whenever he buys fertilizer, he doesn't throw away the inner thing. It's just like plastic mulch that people pay money to buy. This is another thing. Very intelligent guy. Also, we had the likes of Fortune. Fortune is using a lot of sustainable practices, using broken buckets, broken plastics and all of this to grow our own vegetables. The same thing also we had at the likes of Mimi that I mentioned, or Gadima. These people, she doesn't have money for drip, but she ensured that each of her plants is having, a bottle attached to it, that she can easily measure how much water she's applying to the plant on a daily basis. These are innovative. Of course, some people might have done it fast, but these are innovative and sustainable, right? So we had a couple of participants demonstrating different things, showing people how to do this the different way and all of this. So part of the things that they also used, that these are part of the metrics also that they were just used that we used to judge them, right? Or just used to judge them. So it has been very amazing. A lot of people showing uniqueness in their farming practices, innovation, and all of these things. So I give it to them. I give it to them. Thank you.
Oh, that's a very nice one. Like they say that necessity is the mother of invention, right? They need to make use of what they have to make sure that they achieve the goal. That is good. Now, Mr. Tunde, I would like to know, how has the GrowVeg Challenge 2.0 impacted participants' view about agriculture?
All right. Thank you, Ms. Amaka. So, from the feedback we've received, now many participants now see agriculture not just as a survival work, but they see it now as a viable enterprise, right? So, they see that agriculture is not just about farming; it's about the whole food system. So this particular mindset shift is what makes GrowVeg challenge unique, right? People can now see that yes, I can grow tomatoes, I can grow pepper, I can grow cucumber right in my backyard. I can grow what I eat. Even in the now, pepper is very, very expensive in the country. The participants of GrowVeg challenge, some of them they have pepper on their field, some in their backyard. So that's the kind of training we want to see around. That's kind of mindset shift we want to see, that people can see that yes, I even though I don't have a first degree in agronomy, I don't have a first degree in plant science, I can partake in a training for 3, 4, 5 months and be an expert in vegetable production. So it has actually shifted their mindset that so farming is not just for the selected few. Everybody, irrespective of our primary occupation, we can do farming. we can grow our vegetable crops. We can grow cucumber, watermelon, and the likes. And also, people that want to go in commercial, want to go commercial, they can see that yes, farming is really, really profitable. It's really, really profitable. Even if I don't have a white collar job, I can go into farming and make profit. If I have a white collar job, I can go into farming and make profit. So there has been a mindset shift from what people perceive agriculture to be. It's more than just farming. It's about contributing to fighting food insecurity in Nigeria, in Africa, and the world generally. So that's a win for us at Level Fresh Limited. That we'll be able to shift the mindset of people from what they perceive agriculture to be. In fact, there are some participants who never knew how to seed vegetable seeds. Some never heard about nursery before. Some don't even know that just as humans, the way we take care of our babies, seedlings are meant to be taken care of like that. So there are a lot of learnings, there are a lot of things people uh, have no prior knowledge about, and now they are experts. In fact, a few minutes to now, I was just checking the status of some of the participants, and I was seeing updates. Some are saying now I'm a certified horticulturist. Some are saying now I'm a certified agronomist. Some are saying yes, bring your deals, I can consult for you. So that is just it. Agriculture is all encompassing. It's big, right? So we'll be able to shift that mindset, that the limited mindset of we use cutlass and we just do small for our family, just maize when it is raining. It's only when it is raining that we do cultivation. There, a lot of people have never heard about drip line irrigation, right? So GrowVeg Challenge is able to bridge that gap, and it will continue to do so. We'll continue to do that, and that's why I'm imploring everybody listening to us that have not registered for 3.0. You should do that. You can grow your crops, grow what you eat. You know, the kind of joy you derive when you easily walk to your backyard and you pluck your ripe tomato, right? And you cook with it. There's a kind of satisfaction that comes with that. And you harvested your cucumber, you can easily sell and make some change from it, even when salary is here to come in, right? So that is just about it. We'll be able to impart the participants of GrowVeg Challenge, and there are numerous testimonies. Numerous. When I say numerous, I'm not exaggerating. Countless testimonies, the one we see and the one we don't see. They are online, flooded on our timeline, on our Facebook page, the ones on WhatsApp and the like. So this really shows that we've truly impacted lives. So thank you.
Yes, I'm glad. Irrespective of your occupation, you can grow in your in your backyard. You can grow your vegetables. So I'm using this opportunity to let our viewers know that if you've not registered from GrowVeg 3.0, you still have the opportunity to register. You can visit www.leveragefresh.com to register for GrowVeg 3.0. Our onboarding will be starting May 19th, so you still have days to register. So moving forward, I'll be asking Doctor some questions. I'll be asking that, were there participants? Sorry, let me get the question right. What as the GrowVeg Challenge 2.0, as the GrowVeg Challenge 2.0 impacted people's participants' view about agriculture?
Okay, Sharon, thank you very much for that. And I think that was a question that Tunde answered, right? Maybe you wanted to ask me another question, or it's the same question? I think you answered that already, Mr. Tunde, right?
Yes, I think she's trying to ask you probably to talk about testimonials of growth. Or Sharon.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So
Okay,
doctor, you
thank
can
you.
speak.
Thank you.
I think she has communication issues with
All right.
with
Okay, I can see
network.
the question displayed.
Uh,
Okay, yeah. All right. So the question, yeah, can I share testimonials and quotes from participants that moved me? Yeah. There, like Mr. Tunde mentioned earlier, we had a lot of testimonials from participants. Honestly, each time I see these testimonials and feedbacks, I'm moved to tears because some people come. In fact, there was one I read from this. She's one of the winners actually. She said GrowVeg 2.0 was the best decision she took in 2020, and GrowVeg 2.0 is a place to. And eventually, she put in all the effort, and eventually she also emerged as one of the winners. I'm talking about Mrs. Victoria. So at now, I saw a come. There was one man. we call him Daddy. He's a very elderly man, Mr. Oluwadia. He sent a message, about the fact that there was a time that he was growing cucumbers and he had serious problems with the first production, and they stopped growing cucumber. And that immediately joined the GrowVeg challenge using our production guide. They started growing cucumber again without any problems. And then he shared pictures. In fact, right now we are even having some consultancy services going on. He shared pictures of the bumper harvest they are getting from their cucumber. How happy can I be happy? I'm just so excited. So I receive a lot of testimonials, and like Tunde mentioned earlier, many people who don't even want to come public to what's happening, they come my DM, go to his DM, they send us these messages. I'm like, wow. Some of them are just saying, thank you, doctor, for this initiative. And one thing I'm so much happy about is that every one of them got value from the initiative, because there's no point, bringing people together without really giving them value. People got value for their money, people got value for their time. In fact, one of the things that they keep saying is that, they are paid for so much value that they are getting the initiative. And see all of these testimonials, I'm so much happy that we are truly impacting life, and we are contributing, whether you like it or not, the development of what we call this nation building, capacity development of people in the agricultural sector and beyond. So for me, this makes me happy. And thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor, for that. Now, I would like to ask you again, what lessons from GrowVeg 2.0 are being carried over into the planning of GrowVeg 3.0?
Yeah, thank you very much for that amazing question, Amaka. I'm like a chief servant here, an oga who is Mr. Tunde. So, well, honestly, we got a lot of lessons from this GrowVeg 2.0 that we are carrying over to 3.0. For example, we know that participants have different pace of engagement, right? And people have challenges as well. And these are the reasons that we created some personal relationships also, and some additional. Now, within the team, let me just explain. One of the lessons we have is that we have appointed mentors even when the participants are not aware, right? So that means for each participant that comes under the 3.0, we know those people are supposed to follow up with. Tunde knows those he should personally follow up with. The different instructors also know those that they should follow up with. It has a way of carrying this people along. As much as you expect that people should be responsible enough to tell you about their challenges, what they do, ask you for. Sometimes people are just some people are not just gifted to come forward and tell you their problems. But when you have this kind of approach, where there are some people who can easily serve as pseudo, not, let me call it pseudo mentors, are not aware of, but they just see that always follow them to know what. I think this will help us, because some participants along the line, initially they were participating along the line, they withdrew to some that they had. And I felt later on, I saw that if they had had somebody who probably was fully committed up with them in the team, they might have picked up. That's one of the challenges. That's one of the lessons that I think we are going to be, moving forward into the planning of the GrowVeg 3.0. I would like Mr. Tunde to speak to this as well, because he is the project leader, and I believe he has penned down a couple of things that is going to be moving forward for the GrowVeg 3.0. Thank you very much.
Yeah, doctor, thank you for that. Yeah. So one of the lessons I think we'll have to uh, carry on to in 3.0 is that I observed that the GrowVeg challenge is not just what we ourselves, the team, should be telling the story all the time. So we need more people to tell the story for us. So for 3.0, we engage the participants to do more of storytelling as well. This program, this training needs to reach a lot of people, And there's so little we can do as a team, right? So this aspect of storytelling, the participants of 3.0 will be fully engaged in it, right? We will engage them on their social medias, they are on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter for them to tell these stories. Also, I realized that all of us have different learning pace, right? We assimilate things differently. We get to understand things differently, right? So one of the measures that we'll be doing in 3.0 is to do something we call weekly calling. We will be calling every participant of 3.0 every week to be sure they are keeping up with the momentum, right? There are a lot of people that might not be so, I don't want to say confidence now, but probably for one reason or the other, they don't want to ask questions like others are doing in the group, right? They want one-on-one conversation with experts or members of the team, right? And this set of people might be having problems, but they just don't want to voice out, right? They want an expert advice, right? So we'll be doing a lot of calling, weekly calling this participant to know their progress, what are the challenges they are facing, how can we help, are they getting what is being taught by the instructors. So these are the two learnings I think we'll be incorporating in 3.0. Firstly, we are making sure that we increase we intensify the storytelling aspect. We need to get the participant to tell this story more. I mean, we are imparting lives. This is what's it called now? This is a goal that aligns with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, that aligns with UNESCO, UN Sustainable Goals, that aligns with almost all world organizations or global organizations. So we need more people to tell this story, how impactful the journey has been. So the aspect of storytelling will incorporate also the aspect of calling participants weekly to be sure that they are following up with the momentum. They are following what is being taught. They are not lost. The challenges they are facing, how well can we address it with them? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Mr. Tunde. So another question I would like to ask is, what role do you think programs like this can play in reducing food insecurity in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Programs like GrowVeg Challenge are very, very essential and vital in fighting against food insecurity, particularly in a country like Nigeria, where we have the problem of food insecurity is multidimensional, it's multifaceted. It's not just in one direction. There are a lot of factors that come together to contribute to food insecurity. It's intertwined, right? And going by statistics, over 20% uh, of sorry, according to the Ministry of Budget and Planning, I want to be sure that the data is verified. According to the Ministry of Budget and Planning, they said over 31% are suffering from acute food inflation, right? Also, the food insecurity is there. Over 23% as of February 2025. That's the recent data. As of February 2025, over 23%. The annual inflation is over 23%. So if you look at these numbers, I mean 23% inflation rate, over 31% are suffering from acute food inflation. If you look at this data, you know that it is programs like these are actually essential for fighting food insecurity. And also programs like GrowVeg Challenge. I mean, one of the aims of establishing GrowVeg Challenge is also to contribute to the UN Sustainable Development Goal 2, zero hunger. We need to fight hunger to the barest minimum. Also, no poverty. So programs like this are actually essential. They are vital for fighting insecurity, and not just insecurity. I mean, with GrowVeg Challenge, we've seen that we could actually create employment for youth. The number of unemployment in the country is it's at an alarming rate, very worrisome for everybody. So programs like GrowVeg Challenge is actually fighting this unemployment rate. Also, the food insecurity is even in diverse form. There's what we call household level food security. So programs like GrowVeg Challenge are actually helping households to know how to grow their vegetable crops. And by growing your vegetable crops, I mean you can decentralize the food access, right? You can also fight inflation. I mean, if for instance, if the father of the house has a salary of let's say 200,000 naira, and with the current inflation rate, we all know what 200,000 naira can do for a family of three, right? But in the fact that you have your backyard where you can easily go and pluck vegetables, right? That will actually reduce your spending what's it called your spending budget, right? I mean, you know that vegetables are out of what you are buying for the month, right? So programs like GrowVeg Challenge, I mean, and that's why we are saying that this program is more than just what people think it is. it's a whole lot. I mean, it's fighting insecurity, food insecurity, fighting youth unemployment. Also, it's contributing to nutritional diversity. I mean, there are a lot of nutritional deficiency in the country now. A lot of vitamins that are essential for our bodies that could be gotten from all these vegetables. And when they're expensive, people won't eat them. So that it kind of creates a deficiency also to human health. And we are also fighting that. So much more than food insecurity, it's all encompassing. It's all encompassing. And that is why we're calling on bodies, private bodies, public organizations, individuals, the wealthy folks among us to sponsor people. Let's get more people involved. Let's get everyday people to grow crops. Let's get a lot of people, more than just ourselves. Let's get a lot of people to be independent, right? The unemployment is high. People can actually go into farming and be self-sustainable, right? They can be self-sustaining with just agriculture. So if programs like this is fully encouraged, I'm sure we'll be able to beat down the food insecurity in the country. Probably not just in the country, even the whole of Africa. Who knows? I mean, we are trying to scale, and with God grace, I know we'll scale into other countries in the continent, right? And so we are fighting a continental food insecurity and not just a national food insecurity. Thank you.
Wow, that's a good one. I think I'm going to register for GrowVeg 3.0 because I need to be a participant, honestly. Now, moving on, Dr. Talabi, as the CEO of this great Leverage Fresh Limited, now I want to ask, what's your message to the incoming GrowVeg 3.0 participants, especially those regarding, and especially regarding how to stand out and maximize the challenge?
Hmm. Thank you very much for that amazing question, Maka. So, well, message to them is very, very simple. Play by the rules of the game. Okay? Play by the rules of the game. Now, I know that some people, maybe there are some people that we see amongst the participants who actually came and their goal was not really to win the prize. The money was not a big deal to them. Yes, we understand. But if you really to help yourself to mark the challenge, you will do it as if you want to win the prize. Okay? So that means when you come the very first day, you're already given the matrices, the metrics that will be used to judge your performance during the challenge. The only way for you to maximize the challenge is to go through what has been written as the criteria and then internalize them, ensure you're utilizing them and recollect. On day one, there's this guy, the guy that came second, dynamic David. From day one, even when he's taking courses, is he sharing summaries of what he has learned from the online courses online on a daily basis, for other people to learn from. And you see a lot of people also, I saw some testimonials on the platform, some other participants thanking him for how he took the challenge and that they from him. He was a silent mentor to them in the platform, right? So these are the kind of things we are looking out for. So if you would really maximize this challenge, they and we always, one of the things we are telling our participants is that nobody knows a silent expert. And this is what I always tell people. So when you see me on social media trying to, make posts about my work, my capability, I'm not there to show off. The same thing applies to the participants. You are not there to show off. It surprised you that the guy that won the award, Blessed Ben, this guy takes contracts to grow farms for people now. I think he has about 4 contracts because what he's doing online is posting what he's doing, showing that he has built, subject matter expertise in vegetable production, right? People can see every day is posting and showing you how his farm is like, and then people started reaching out to him. Can you manage farm for us? So they will just give him. He gives them budget, how to do the cost benefit analysis, and how to a thorough budget from the GrowVeg challenge. And he said he will prepare the budget and deliver to the client, and the client just gives him money and he will establish the farm for him and manage the farm well. So for me, people who are giving excuses, they are just so if you want to really maximize this challenge, go all out for it. Play by the rules of the game. One, you learn something that, and also another thing is that please Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Procrastination is thief of time. Okay, you need about 1 hour a day to attend the course. Just about 1 hour, maximum 1.5. Mostly all the courses are just about 1 hour. So why should you put it off till tomorrow? So if you put it up tomorrow, then you are now having 2 hours outstanding, right? If you also put that one off, it becomes 3 hours. Before you know, you already have 5 hours outstanding. So on a basis, just even when you are in your car, you are going somewhere, put your earpiece or your hands free. Just be listening to the course online, be watching it. The learning portal is there for you. You can access it from anywhere, right? So these are the things you can do to really maximize, play by the rules, and also every time, every free period you have, to take the courses, to interact with the platform, make it count. And I'm saying it particularly because I know there are a lot of things that takes time in Nigeria. For example, if you're in the bus and serious traffic, some people would rather spend 2 hours or 3 hours in the traffic doing nothing and they're just nodding their head like this. If you're not the one driving, you can start listening to the course, right? Take the you're in the bus. You don't need to listening to gossips, right? So there are a lot of things. So, but like I said, the summary of the whole thing is that play by the rule of the game, go all in if you want to win the prize. And at the end of the day, whether you win the prize or not, you would have learned a lot of things, right? You would have also been able to put the knowledge into practice. And that is the whole goal of this initiative. Thank you very much.
So before let's take some of our comments. We have Clara, thank you for joining us today. We also have Victoria, thank you for joining us today. We have Mr. Joel, thank you for joining us today. Mr. Ede said nice one, yes, interesting. Mr. Femi said thank God for this wonderful privilege. Yes, let's thank God for that. Yes, Miss Victoria said she's probably a participant. That's so interesting to hear. So thank you for everyone that has joined us tonight. Tonight we say thank you so much. So tonight I'll be asking Dr. Talabi that what can interested organizations or donors do to support the GrowVeg initiative going forward?
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful question. So yeah, there are a lot of organizations out there, and probably donor agencies who could support this initiative. And how can you support? You can actually sponsor people to participate in this initiative. Some people are already doing it. For this just concluded GrowVeg challenge that we are talking about, we had a lot of people. I had some people in the UK. One of the guys sponsored 5 people in Nigeria to attend. I had another guy in the US. These are individuals, so more an organization or a donor agency, you can do much more. What we believe, let me just is not that we are not doing it for free, definitely, because we believe that when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. This is my philosophy. I don't want to organize a course that I'll be the one begging people to come and the course because it's free, right? I'll be the one appealing to them. No, I need them to show their own commitment to their own personal development growth by giving out some value, which is cash. A lot has gone into preparing this program, right? Have instructors from about continents, right? We have one of the instructors who is in the United States of America, Dr. Toyimbo. We have another who's in Australia, Dr. Adolaiwola. We have another in China, Dr. Ajayo Sam. We have Professor Fakorede in Nigeria. We have my humble self in the United Arab Emirates. We all came together to put these things together. We have Mr. Tunde, who is project lead. We have Kayode, who is our supervisor, and a couple of others. So a lot of things went into preparing this program on its own. We don't want people so we want serious-minded people. And somebody will take it seriously if they were sponsored. Somebody will take it seriously if they have paid to participate in the program. And this is why we are charging. It's not going to be free. So if you are looking for something free or elsewhere, this is not going to be a free training. So for these organizations or companies, in fact, senators can sponsor people for their constituency because the best investment you can make anybody is education. Most of the problems that we have is the problem of ignorance. If you know better, you know better. I make this analogy all the time. There was we mentioned, for example, somebody who planted his tomatoes in January, February, right now will be dancing because they are harvesting and tomato is selling very high in the market. This is the knowledge of market trends at play, right? I also know of so these are things that people don't. I was mentioning to a couple of friends, somebody planted maize on 1 hectare and he got about 1 tons, and he was so happy, jubilating. And I was the same maize that the potential of this particular variety is like 5 tons per hectare. But because he doesn't have that knowledge, he thought that because he harvested something from his farm, he had done well, right? Some people are doing, vegetable production right now and they think they are doing well. And in actual fact, they are doing far below, the optimal. So this is the place of the right knowledge, knowing the right time, knowing the right amount, knowing the right approach, knowing the sustainable agricultural practice that you need to do. Organize like this can really help people who don't have money by sponsoring them. We are very much open. Okay, they can also partner with us, right? There's opportunity for partner. In fact, we have provision for subsidized if it's coming from organizations, donor agencies, if it's coming from the ministry, if it's coming from the local, if it's NYC, a couple of talks that are ongoing like this, and we tell them we can give you some subsidized rates, but we are not going to admit people into the program for free. We want people to take it seriously. So these are the ways they can sponsor people. Senators sponsor people from your constituency. House of Rep members sponsor your constituencies. If also you can help us to expand to because, for example, we have a physical location in Ibadan where we are practicalizing this thing. So apart from the online, let me just go online. First 20 days online are learning the basics. They are learning, vegetable production in open field, vegetable production in controlled environment. This we learn within the first weeks. Then we, crop specific production in the last week. And after that, we now move into the practical sessions. So in the practical sessions, people can see our seeding in the nursery, how we did our nursery management, how we transplanted, how we do the pruning, how we do all of practice, how we do our irrigation management, right? We did pest and disease control, right? How we did our fertigation management and all of these things. So there are videos for this. Some people are interested in to also visit the fields. Some people even they wanted to do physical training and they were willing to stay on the field for the period of the training. All of this, we have allowances for that. So, for example, if there is a state governor or if there's somebody who has a constituency project and you really wish that we have a physical training location in your constituency, we're not coming. We are coming right away, right? So while we are doing the online training, people are learning and then people want to see the practical project, we can have our practical demonstration site in your constituency. So these are various ways that people can reach out to us. And Mr. here, you can reach out, to his number and ask for the details. And Mr. Tunde, you might want to add more to that also, how you think that these sponsor agencies or donors can partner with us. Thank you very much for using questions.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much. So in addendum to what Doctor said, we are looking for organizations, private firms to collaborate with them. I mean, you can sponsor your employees, your members, right? And as Doctor said, it will come as a subsidized rate, right? But then the mission of GrowVeg Challenge is scalable. So we need partners who believe in food security, youth employment, and grassroots enterprise development, right? You need to share the vision, right? That is very, very important because that makes the work easier for us if you share the vision with us. So we can bring the training to you. The GrowVeg Challenge has many harms. One of the harms is that there's also the aspect of physical training. It can happen on our own field. You can send your family members, your friends, or whoever to come and do physical training with us. We can also come to your locality, right, to do probably a seminar, 3-day seminar, weekend seminar. I mean, somebody reached out to me from Akure, a body of friends. I mean, all of them doing white collar jobs. So they just want us to come around and just talk to them on vegetable production. Not practical wise, just theoretical aspect. Just talk to them, more like knowledge sharing, right? So we can do all this, right? It doesn't have to be, you might not partake in the challenge as a tour, right? So you might reach out to us, we'll come to your locality, partner with us to talk to you regarding vegetable production, how profitable it is, what are the things you need to get started, right? How much are you looking to spend? How much are you looking to gain or to profit from your venture? So we are open to all kinds of deals that will move this mission forward. I mean, this vision of getting everyday people to learn how to grow their own crops. Thank you. And also, I want to add, looking at the depth of this course, looking at the depth and the expertise of the instructors, I mean, the likes of Dr. Abidemi Talabi himself, the likes of Dr. Ajayo, the likes of Professor Fakorede, Dr. Sam, a lot of Mr. Kayode, a lot of experts, looking at the depth of the training and the expertise of these people. I mean, to me, it sounds like the price is going for a giveaway price. But right, we have to make the training accessible to all. That is why the price is coming at 30,000 naira. If you are really going to put a price on the kind of resources that you have access to when you join GrowVeg Challenge, honestly, we'll probably be looking at 100,000 naira per person, right? So if you are still doubting, the price does not even fully quantify the kind of value you will get. Honestly, it does not. It does not. I mean, the likes of the instructor, look at Dr. Abidemi Talabi. Even the price we are giving out, honestly, the price we are giving out, the money cannot even pay for it, right? The first one we had, the money does not even pay for it. But we have a mission and we are ready to push the mission, right? So the fee is just, when people pay, they get committed to the course. But if they don't, so that's when they become lethargic and lazy about it. So that's the essence of putting the price. The price itself does not really cover for the access or the value you get. Thank you. Over to you, the host.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tunde. Really appreciate you for that. So please, you can join us by registering in our platform. You can just go to our website www.leveragefresh.com and register. And I believe me, you're not going to regret it because this program is really packed. It's really packed. And my co-host, Miss Sharon, I hope you agree to that. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in this program this night. We very much appreciate you, Dr. Talabi, the team lead, Mr. Tunde, and every one of you that participated and joined us. We really appreciate, and we hope to see you at the top. Um
Thank you.
okay.
So good to be here. Thank you for the privilege. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thanks for having me tonight. And I
All right.
will say thank you to all our audience as well. And like Mr. Tunde rightly mentioned earlier, we would appreciate more people come on board. We appreciate as many as possible that can really come to learn more, because we believe that when we know what to do, we do better. Again, we offer consultancy services. So for people who don't have time to go to the challenge and they need us to consult for them or train their staff, like you mentioned, we can easily do that. For government agencies as well, we are very much happy, to prepare a comprehensive design for your farm. We can build your farm for you. We can operate your farm for you, and then we can also transfer the knowledge to your staff. So all of these things are things that we are into, and but we are just looking at a platform where we can make this knowledge easily as available to viewers and everyday as that has been rightly mentioned by my colleague here. So thank you everyone. I'm so much happy, and I look forward to welcoming you on the inside. If you have not registered, if you are not GrowVeg Challenge 3.0, you are nowhere. All right. All right. See you guys. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye. Till we see you again.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.